OpenAI has finally released GPT 5.6, which comes in three versions: Sol, Terra, Luna. As soon as it launched, everyone started talking about the benchmark scores. According to those results, Sol performed better than models like Opus and Fable in many tests, and it also costs much less to use. Now, benchmark scores are great, but they don't always tell you how a model performs in real-world work. Instead of looking at charts and numbers, I decided to spend an entire day testing both GPT 5.6 Sol and Fable 5 side by side. I used them for the same task that I normally do every day. I gave them identical prompts, compared their responses, measured how long they took, checked how much they cost, and most importantly, looked at the quality of the final result. And by the end of this video, you will know which AI is better for coding, which one is better for creative work, which model gives you the best value for your money, and which one I would actually use for my daily projects. So let's jump into the first test. Test 1. Building an open world car game. For the first experiment, I wanted to test how well these models could build something from the scratch. So I gave both the models exactly the same prompt. Task was very simple: create a fun, playable open world car game that runs directly inside a web browser. I didn't tell them how the game should look, what graphics to use, or how the gameplay should work. Instead, I gave both models complete creative freedom so they could come up with their own ideas. Once both the game were finished, I played each one to see which AI did the better job. First, check the first game by Sol. The first game loaded into a small city where I could drive a car, collect coins, the controls worked well, and nothing felt broken. However, the camera used a top-down view, almost looking like at the game from above. Because of that, controlling the car didn't even feel natural, even though the game itself worked perfectly. Overall, it was a solid result, especially considering the AI created it automatically. Game 2 by Fable. Let's check it out. The second game immediately felt much more impressive. Instead of a top-down view, it used a proper 3D camera that made the world feel much larger and more realistic. The city looked bigger, exploring the map was more enjoyable, and the overall experience felt closer to a real open world game. It wasn't perfect, but compared to the first game, this one was clearly more immersive and more fun to play. If I had to choose one based only on the gameplay experience, Game 2 would easily be my favorite. Now let's talk about which AI created the better game. The surprising part is that Game 2 was created by Fable 5. Even though GPT 5.6 Sol is faster and much cheaper, Fable produced a game that simply felt more polished and creative. Now here is how the numbers are compared. Fable 5 finished in about 21 minutes, cost around $14.22, generated nearly 90,000 output tokens. Let's talk about GPT 5.6 Sol, finished in about 23 minutes, costed only $4.50 and used roughly 31,000 output tokens. So what does this tell us? Fable spent more time generating code and used almost 3 times as many tokens, which helped in create a better looking and more enjoyable game. On the other hand, Sol completed the same task for a fraction of the cost, making it much more efficient. So if your priority is getting absolute best quality, Fable wins this round. But if you are looking for excellent results keeping cost low, GPT 5.6 Sol offers incredible value for money. And yeah, that's all for today's video. If this video helped you, don't forget to like, share and subscribe to our channel. I'll meet you in the next one. Till then, bye-bye.